Three sisters with stories to tell. Books in our hands, we know them well. Flipping pages where dreams dwell. Chapter one, here you go. Turn the light, let the words flow. Laughs and love in every show. Books, sweethearts, we grow.
Welcome back to another episode of Sister Sessions. Sister Self
I was
Banter,
like, wow,
Sister
she straight up
Sessions.
forgot the whole name.
Oh, the segment name. Sorry. You know who we are, hopefully.
I think that whole thing was a blooper.
All right, then. Welcome back to Sister Sessions from Sister Shelf Banter. And I have my retainers in, so this I really struggle. But
I cannot wait to listen to you the whole time.
Right. We are going into Throne of Nightmare. So if you guys caught our last Sister Sessions breakdown, Throne of Secrets, we're moving on to the next. And you actually don't really have to have watched or read the other two books, but this is the third book in the series. We do recommend reading the first two first, but if you're here and haven't, you don't have to leave. Please stay.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. We'll buff out.
All right, and this is, again, our three-part breakdown where we're going to, in episode 1 today, the setup. We're going to talk through the first half of the book, chapters 1 through 20, and got a couple segments in here we'll get to. And yeah, I think with that, we'll jump right in. Awesome. All right, vibe check. So, obviously, we all know this one feels so much better than and more in line with book 1 than book 2. No, we had a whole discourse on these, but this is action-packed and
Still very different, though, than either
very
of them.
different,
Yeah.
very different. But I was just and find the right words because it's different than any book we've read. The premise, kind of how things are going. So I'm very intrigued. And especially coming off the second one, she's really got me engaged.
So, like, I think we're really used to, like, the love story being the prominent feature. Like, the romance is what comes out first. Or, like, they completely loathe each other, like, in Throne of Secrets. But here, we're getting, like, immediate action. Some shit goes down. And then we're thrown into chaos. And with two people who have never met each other before, have no background. Intriguing.
Yes. Very less immediate chemistry, more curiosity.
Yeah, fair.
I will say he's definitely my favorite male main character thus far. He's very
He
much
has
like,
been
I
since-
love the logical
You've loved him since
aspect.
before you even
I know,
anything.
but the way she's writing him currently, like, he is exactly what I've built up in my mind. Like, he is so just like, nope, we're going to do this the logical way. We're going to, we're focusing on just the learning aspect and the knowledge build and whatnot. Like, yes.
You tell our dog nephews to chill.
I know, I'm sorry. They probably are going to be annoying until Chase gets here because
It's
I don't
okay.
have them set up in the house either, so they have nowhere to be.
Honestly, people love dogs. It'll probably get us more views.
Hello,
I have to put a little feature.
say, hello, my name is
Asher.
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 I'm a horse.
Oh, he can't hear us.
He can't hear
She
you.
has headphones on.
Asher. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I'm liking the vibe. Very dark. Mysterious. I don't know if we said that. And urgent. Like, there's a big sense of urgency here with what's going on there.
Yeah.
We don't have time even to get background.
Like every second.
No, we
Yeah.
definitely jump right into this on all fronts. We have the prologue, which really throws us in deep. And then right to chapter 1, where, I don't know, chapter 3 is when we start really on this journey of this, I don't know, what are we calling it?
Nightmare trials.
They're they're almost like trial walking, like, because she's a dream walker, and she's like, but they're going through the trials instead of necessarily creepy dreams.
Did not expect with Sloth, right? Because Sloth is like the intellect. Was not expecting an adventure here. Like going into
No,
it, I was
me
like, we're
either.
gonna be like going in some ancient buildings trying to find a long lost book, and it's gonna take a long time, but we're gonna see some cool stuff like some specters and shit. But no, we are like getting thrown down in a canyon. There's like what's the word? Reanimated skeleton people.
Oh, yeah.
Wraiths.
Wraiths, yeah, betrayal, stabby spiders, giant stabby spiders.
Oh, that part was the
I-
size of a small puppy. I said, what?
Yeah, that crawled out of the big thing. I almost had to start skipping because my whole body was like tense and I had goosebumps. I do not mess with spiders, but I can't
know
believe
why they always have to be here.
neither of you have brought up the like coolest thing that she has created in this book.
Well,
and
we
it
just
is that
started talking about
The
it.
I
library
know.
is sentient.
Yeah.
Like, how
we were
cool is
just talking
that?
about the vibe right now, girl. Like,
That
chill.
is
Yeah, this
a
is
vibe.
just a vibe
That-
check.
That is a whole
No.
vibe.
No, so like, I don't think you had read it yet, but like this whole opening, inside book art. What was I was going to say album art. The like the art inside the book is his tree that he can go visit his library virtually, but without a
Astral
computer.
projects,
Yeah.
Well,
essentially.
and the premise of this entire book is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
It is.
for the three of us that live in books. She's literally
Oh my gosh.
creating, she's living in her favorite books.
Yeah.
Like, what an awesome premise.
Yeah. I hate that they all take a dark twist. So
I
it's
mean,
like
yes.
but at the
They
same
seem
time
like they
she
were pretty
loves
dark stories anyways. So
Yeah.
isn't
Right.
that-
especially like at the beginning when like we first are introduced to her and she's like running from this serial killer and it turns out she was in a dream. But it was like so vivid for her. No wonder. Like, and she's doing along in
She
life
was
and had no
there.
idea.
I didn't think about that.
I will say, like, I know we're not there yet, but I just want to plant this seed that I think her parents know. I think her
Okay.
parents know.
Okay.
But yeah, when we get to whatever section that fits in.
Where we're
we'll-
like talking about like what actually happened a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's like fantasy within fantasy, which is thrilling. I love
Yeah.
it. I like anytime a book talks about somebody in there likes to read books. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew I
No,
loved
but
you.
her perspective through every single one of these storyline shifts, I love it so much. She owns it so hard that she's like,
She's
oh,
like,
well.
yeah, I'm into this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, oh my God, he's like the absolute hottest and like the sexiest dimples.
Yeah.
Like to this dude, she's not even known for like a full 24, 48 hours probably. She's like, yeah, this is one of my favorite books. Like,
But to the guy, Sloth is a book guy. And so
Mhm.
he's
he's a
like, this is
nonfiction
trash.
book guy.
Yeah. But he's like, this is absolute trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
With the pirates. And he's like, he gives her a look like, how did you read a book with pirate talk like this through the whole thing?
I liked that piece of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, he was done with it though by then. He
Yeah.
was like, I'm over this. Move along.
But it's so funny because like him thinking that is so real because that's why I can't read period pieces. Literally, I cannot stand how they talk. It has nothing to do with any of the rest of it. But it's like it's a real thing.
Like the tone.
All of the like archaic language choices in
Okay.
period pieces.
Well,
I just
Should we move into expectations versus reality?
This is probably
haven't
going to be
touched
my
on
favorite
mine.
book in the series.
Yeah, I think we've touched a little bit on it from all of our points. But yeah, I think the expectation of Sloth is different for sure. Like, this is not what I was expecting. Kind of like Christy said, I expected to be like more calm and like
Mhm.
more like we're in the library, maybe like National Treasure, like we're looking for
Yeah.
clues.
Yeah.
But instead, we're in the deep, dark, like fight of everything going on here, jumping from one realm to one book realm to the next, and it's all dark, and there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of running for your life. So definitely more action-packed than I expected the story of Sloth to be.
We
Well,
actually got a really thorough introduction to him, I felt like,
Mhm.
in Throne of the
yeah.
Fallen,
Mhm.
but still would not have expected all of this action from him.
No.
Well, and this is the only book that brings in the legitimate possibility of one of them dying.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
There's
like
risk. He
Mhm.
has
if
big
he
risk in this.
dies while they're going through these dreamscapes, like he will die.
Right? The stakes
And
have
Mhm.
not been this high for any of the princes so far. You're
Right.
absolutely
right.
right.
And they only like mention it in passing, but like whatever her fate is, his fate like if
Yeah.
he's the
They're-
cause of it to some extent, like he will own her fate as well.
Yeah.
So it's like interesting.
to protect the mortal.
There
Mhm.
are a whole lot of ways for him to legitimately die.
Yep. And there's weird stuff happening. We've not had any of them like lose magic or not be able to heal, which are things like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
very, very different stakes in this story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
because
not for
they're
something that's
mucking
like,
around with gods.
right. And so that's something else. Like both the other books have been about their circles, really. Instead of going on very closely,
Mm-hmm.
this is much bigger picture.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, we
And
know
this is
nothing
almost
of his
fighting for
circle.
all of them
yeah,
Yeah.
because if he loses, they're all going down.
no,
Yeah.
they'll all be in a nightmare hellscape.
What do we think about what the expectations of our female lead? Because I'm obsessed with her. I might like her more than Camilla. I don't know.
Definitely do. Like, I absolutely love her. But I do think that she will end up being possessed by Nazantha
Okay.
or whatever her name is.
I do you know that she keeps like presenting herself as Lore. Female main character's
Yeah.
name's Lore, folklore.
Mhm.
Like she gets trapped in that she takes over her body. Is that what you mean? It becomes
yeah, I think she's
he's
going
only
to
like dreamed about it really.
based on like the things that the library is showing them, the way some of that lore is being described. In there, like it's definitely foreshadowing that with her having these visions that feel like real memories. Like I really okay, I did not see the
Don't
dogs
mind
at
them.
first. And all I heard was like a crash sound. But it just
For
feels like that's where she's trying to go. Like she's gonna be taken over by her.
General, what do we think of character?
I really enjoy her
I like her.
because and she's different from Camilla. Like you said, we really liked Camilla, but she's just got this like not jaded, like positive outlook, like excited as shit to be falling into fairy tale books that she's read and like much less nervous and scared than, she should be. And, Carrie Maniscalco has done this to us where we're like, I feel like she should be more surprised. Oh, it's because she's Fae. But it doesn't seem like that's where the turn this is going to take. That
Right.
she's been in this world before, that she was aware of it. It doesn't seem like she's hiding that kind of thing,
Yeah,
No, it feels genuine that she did not know.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like her ability to not get so freaked out and whatnot, like she's been jumping into these dreams this whole time, not realizing that's what it's doing.
Yeah.
But just like with the very first dream that we see her having when she's introduced, like she's excited about it and she's scared, but she's like, oh, but it's fine. Like, I'm finally getting that main character energy. Like,
Mhm.
and she's like literally living that out for real. So I feel like she's not quite as scared because it feels like relatively to some extent normal, like something she's come up against previously. I mean, yeah, she could really
I
die, but
was so engaged by the fact that for each of these stories, except for the pirate one, so with she pulls them out of spiders and they're in the cabin, right, with Mary something, Mary Lou who, I don't remember her name.
mhm.
She's like, this seems really familiar. The name sounds familiar. And I feel like it's about a book, but she doesn't. She's like,
Connect the
yes.
dots.
She seems like she's like, oh, this is like that story in it. And it's really bad. She's a like cannibal that's going to try to eat us. I'm like, you could have given that maybe connection a little sooner, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like she wants the excitement of it. And then like, this asshole, he grabs everything. Like, just leave her stuff and maybe she won't try to chase after you and eat you, but you like grab all your supplies. And then, like, the second one, same thing. She's like, this is similar to. It takes her a long time to tell Sloth, what might happen.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
I will say that I do like the two of them because she's not hiding things from him. Like, I hate when people do that
Right.
in these books. Like, it just irks the shit out of me. And
Yeah,
like when
neither of them to me feel like he came out and told him, like, there's not that secret element.
yeah, they're both just very upfront and like, look, this is what it is, like, and this is what we're gonna do about it.
Besides their feelings for one another, of course, but
Well, yeah,
There's tension building.
they're like tiptoeing around it.
yeah.
Except, I mean, at
Well,
the
I
end
don't
of
know.
chapter 20, he was very clear with her.
Yeah.
Sloth is very non-committal, though. He's like, no, I don't. Like, I'm intellect. I don't need
But aren't they
ongoing
all?
connection kind of thing. Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that he brought up, like, at two different instances that his entire court is like that. They all prefer to have emotionless connections, and so they can focus on academic pursuits. That was cool.
Nerds.
Like, I kind of
Just
want.
kidding.
You can't say that right
I
as
love
I'm upstairs. I
nerds.
wish I could live
I'm-
there.
I'm literally joking. Like, that sounds great.
Which does
I'm actually okay with being a nerd.
moves us into the world and stake. So yeah, Sloth's house is definitely, I would maybe say, the most drastically different than all of the other, because they do all somehow tie into like a romance. Whether, yeah, we're still, oh, I'm more than that, or I'm keeping everyone at arm's length, whatever. But this is very much like his entire core is information above everything else and knowledge. Which is hard to, that's not anything about love, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Debauchery is up there. Like, Envy's court and Gluttony's court were Gluttony, right? Yeah. They're both like, lots of debauchery going on.
Yeah.
And he's just like their intellects, they hold knowledge, they seek knowledge. It's refreshing. And
yeah.
Well, and I wish I would have marked it so I could read the exact way he phrased it, but I love that he put in there, like, it's not that they hate the idea of like forming connections. It's that all they want to do is be able to go away from everybody, sit and read. And like, that is what they love. They love the idea of being able to just forget about everything and fully focus on reading and learning or whatever, like whatever their fancy is. I was like, man,
I need some of that fancy in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of how I live my life a little bit, but it would be really cool if it was in his realm too.
And we talked about the stakes early on too, but it's like not a fight for the throne like the other two have been.
No.
It's very much,
Yeah.
we've got to find this book before it ends everything.
We're fighting
for
against
this
a higher
lady,
power.
yeah, this lady that has been thrown into the dungeons essentially and is trying to get out.
What's her name? It's some with an N, right?
Yeah, I think it's Nysantha or it's something
That
like that.
sounds right. Xantha sounds right.
Yeah. The world. I mean, we're in
Nyantha. There's not an S.
Nyantha.
Yeah.
The world itself, we get a tiny taste of her mortal world. We're not we have not been to Sloth Circle at all. We're in another place in the prologue, in some god, like, prominent place, an ancient place. And now we're just like in a dream world. So it's incredibly different than the other two books. We're not hopping between different, what do they call them, circles or
Realms.
Just in different books.
Yeah.
It's just
like, because Somnia is on a different plane, not to be confused with a different realm.
Yeah. The plane is like, you're looking at like the heavens, the earth, or universes.
No, like
what are you looking at?
dimensions.
Planes,
Like
dimension.
you could physically still be in the same exact place, but you are in a different time,
Gotcha.
a different version, a different whatever.
Like Akatar worlds.
I don't know anything about that.
It's okay. You don't need to know.
I would agree with that.
They immediately don't know each other and have to Sebastian.
You'll hear him.
Yeah, he's like,
Mom, you're not giving me enough attention.
Said, please share my seat.
he's gonna come sit
Um,
behind you, isn't he?
But anyways, like
He's so cute.
they don't get an introductory period. They don't get a chance to question each other or like not trust each other. It goes life or death very quickly.
Yeah. And then
Um,
stays that way.
yeah, and like they do not seem to have either of them seem to have ulterior motives that could damage their relationship or damage um, each other at all. I'm sure that Sloth feels like completely out of the loop because he is the one with knowledge and he has no control over their situation or any awareness over what is going to happen because he's not sitting here reading her dark smut.
Yeah.
No, but he is at least able to figure out like she's a dream weaver.
Yeah.
And like thankfully he has that knowledge.
No, we get her brother, Fable. So they're named after story related things. And we started with the prologue, and this is where what's his name? Xavier.
Yeah. The
Which
bad
we
guy.
didn't meet Xavier before, but Xavier is like he's one of Sloth's librarians and he betrayed him.
He's the main one. He's been there for like centuries. Like that is his number 2.
Yeah.
How do
So
you
he's
give a
got
guy
it
a number
for
2?
ages.
Can't wait to see how that plays out.
He's
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill him. Sorry, language.
Oh well,
He's gonna-
definitely.
But yeah, he betrayed him and took the book once they found it. Like he was too pitiful to even get down the cliff by himself, so he used Sloth. And then we jump into Lore, and Lore is pulled from her world into this crazy world with stabby spiders by an old lady, and she meets her dark, mysterious man who is Sloth. They get saved from the spiders. They jump into a story with a cannibal witch lady who chases them on her wolf, and then Lore freezes in a tree.
She's a goblin.
Oh, she's a cannibal goblin. Sorry. Yeah. Then Lore freezes in a tree, and then they get naked so he can warm her up in a tiny crevice in a cave. And then the creepy god lady comes to him in her body while he's dreaming and like attacks him in his nightmares. And
But he
then,
figures it out relatively quickly.
yeah,
Yeah.
he does. I'm glad. But yeah, they wake up naked and they're like, oh, okay. And then they go into another dream where she has like super dark, steamy dragon shifter man in a pub that there's a fight and she drinks some super good lager and takes a nice bath. And there's like
Logan.
weird tension when the dragon guy comes to find her because she is supposed to be his mate. She figures out that she's the female main character in the story. She didn't realize that until now. And Sloth's like, hell no. They get out of there. They go to another story. I forgot about the third story. I didn't like that one as much. Somebody else take away the third story.
The pirate.
Nope, there's a middle one.
No, the
It
one
was
where
the
they're in
And I
the
forgot
The
too.
period
Marquez.
time,
Murder
Yeah.
the Marquez.
and they're going to their engagement ball. Like she's engaged to the main character,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
He's Mr.
Sloth's,
Winters,
like,
a rake.
character was somebody that did not like her. And so now he's like butting heads with his bestie, but he's got to dance with her at the ball. And then they end up in the private library that the fiance has. He catches them, and she's like, oh shit, now I remember what story this is. And he's going to shoot him in the head. I've got to do something. And she throws a knife and hits him square through the eyeball into his brain. And she's like, how the hell did I just pull that off?
Yeah. And he's like, how the hell did she just pull that off?
Yeah. And then she proceeds to vomit everywhere when one of the other guy's friends comes in, is like, holy shit, what did you do? And now Sloth is taken away, and he is, the courts decide in less than an hour behind closed doors that he's going to be beheaded. And everybody goes to the town square to watch this beheading. And she runs up like a crazy person, yelling like, I'm going to kill you myself. I can't believe you did that. And then she saves him, and they're on a pirate ship.
Yeah, she's like a dream weaver. We still don't know really what it means, but she can make her stories come true and like jump to them. She did like some creepy shadow thing, and everybody's like, witch, ah. The pirate ship, though, she's been trying to get to this pirate ship. I don't remember why, but Sloth was not messing around because as soon as they got there and the captain tried to come give them hell, he's like, nope, I'm the captain
Yeah.
now. Snapped his
Well,
neck.
he smacked
He grabbed her
smacked
butt.
her ass.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, he did.
And he said, "Not my lady."
You know what? As foul as these princes are, they do not let women
Mm-hmm.
be
Yeah.
accosted
We
without
have talked about that
repercussion.
before, and it
Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
actually been Chrissy R episode. I can't remember, but that is the good thing about these
Yeah,
books.
it's because a
Yeah, it
woman
was the
wrote them,
first
and they're not
book.
gonna like
Yeah.
let them. Like
Mhm.
if I'm writing a book, I'm not gonna let a man get away with like grabbing a woman without, no.
Yeah, immediate death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
before we
yeah.
keep going,
Mhm.
LOL'd and almost texted you guys when she jumped on his back and like rode him like a horse.
The Twilight? Did you get Twilight vibes?
No.
Oh, no, you're
It was
talking about in the bar.
No, she jumps on his back and he's like, she like kicked me like I'm a horse. And then she
Yes.
goes,
Giddy up.
charge!
Yes.
No, she's great. She
I
gets
love her.
comedic relief.
No, I really like her character. No, but I was talking about when she gets on his back when they're running from the goblin. He's like, get on my back, and they're running through the forest, and then they climb up the
And
tree,
she
and I
like
was like,
overshoots it. Yeah.
I was like, this is very Twilighty.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
did.
was like, he's like, is she about to ride me like a horse? And then sure enough,
Yeah.
she did.
And then she spurs him. Yeah, that was pretty
And
funny.
they didn't leave the ship, right?
Not
Like
yet.
that's where we left them.
Not yet.
Okay, so yeah, that's where they end up. They have cutesy nicknames for each other, Peaches and Blondie, and
They both hate him.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they do start to feel feelings.
Yeah, we
Was
left
it
at
the
like
last
a
line?
pivotal moment. Like he is officially telling her that he wants to do dirty things to her. And like he's like he detects
I
like
can
a
read it if you want.
small lie. Yeah.
So Peaches, once I start thinking of your mouth, eventually I imagine all the ways I'd put it to use. And that's a line we cannot miss.
Yeah.
So
But
yes,
yeah,
they
'cause
have
he even has that thought to
chemistry.
himself. It's like, I'm gonna make it very clear so she doesn't like there's no innuendo in this. Like I'm gonna make it very clear exactly where I stand. And then he does just
That
that.
was the end of 20. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually
Right.
funny because I wasn't paying attention and I started reading the first page of 21 and I was like, okay, so I have one more chapter. And I looked up and it said 21 and I was like, oh, damn.
Oopsie. I need to
I
stop.
definitely don't know why I thought it was close to 30, but anyways.
That's okay.
Yeah, so not sure if that transition was smooth because I had to stop the recording for the dog. So we were just giving you guys some background history on World and Stakes and what was going on in the book.
Yes.
So moving to character chemistry, which yeah, we really just have Sloth and Lore. Everybody else, they were just very blimp.
Pastored characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have like the doomy like villain. Couldn't think of the
I
word
was like,
villain,
I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
which is the nightmare
The weird
god,
name.
goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nizanthamine.
Yeah.
Niantha.
Niantha. Amarantha.
I knew what I was saying wasn't right, but it sounded along the same vibe. So, yeah, not instant chemistry. They are thrown in this together. She's given this rock by this witch, and Ashley's like, I wish I could be the main character. Why is this guy now coming after me? Oh my gosh. And that's how they ended up in the story together. And she's definitely wanting more from him. And then, yeah, Sloth is like, can't be me because, that's how all of these boys go.
Yeah.
Um,
I was gonna say I like all the names that they give each other. What does she first call him? Something like Doomy.
Did you guys
Murder guy.
catch that she knows his real name?
So, but the thing is, like,
Okay.
he questions this. So, if anybody
Mhm.
doesn't remember, like, these princes protect their real names, like, with everything. People hold power over them and they know them. So, onward.
No, I just wanted to know if you guys caught
No,
that.
but actually refresh because I was listening at that point and I was like, wait a second, I missed something and I was going to go back and I got distracted. So now I am at a loss as to what happened.
When he admits that he is the Prince of Sloth, she's
Mhm.
like, oh, I've heard, these stories. I can't believe that's real, da-da-da-da. And she
Right.
asks, well, do you go by Your Highness, by Sloth, or do you go by, and then she actually says his name. I
She
can't
said,
remember.
like, 4 names or something.
Yeah.
And one of them was, and he was like ready to stab her in the throat.
But
Oh, okay.
she punctuates that that's clearly supposed to be his real name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he puts the dagger to her throat up against the cave wall.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they both get like super turned on, and she accidentally sends them to the next little dream.
Do you think it could have been like something she read in a book, like as a Dreamweaver? Like maybe there was a book or
So
something, a story that
here's
she
my
read in the
thing.
Mortal Worlds.
Well, she's also having these like weird memories from somebody else.
True, true.
Well, so remember when it introduces her parents' characters, like from her perspective and like how they grew up and whatnot. She talks about her parents always telling her that that city that they live in is supposed to be like where multiple dimensions and all of this stuff is going
Mhm.
on. And they're really feeding into this, like the lore is not necessarily probably lore
Well,
type vibes.
and I'm pretty sure this isn't in the extra 4 chapters that I accidentally read. But when he talks about the Dreamweaver and like they were all killed off and all of
They were
that, like that,
hunted.
right? So it makes sense. Her parents, like your theory that her parents know she is one, and they were hiding her, and
Right.
they know
Because
all of
their
these
whole
things.
family is so one, they're super close knit.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks about like, yeah, I can't ever be the main character because like I don't have any family drama. Like we love each other. We enjoy spending time together. And they all talk about like what new book they read that week, like every week when they have dinner and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and the part about like not only were they hunted, but a lot of the Dreamweavers actually elected to not further their genetic. They all stopped having kids because they didn't want um
They don't
the
want this to happen. So like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
when you have the book in the realm and there's a Dreamweaver, it enacts the Trials of Unbinding. And that's what Xavier did when he stole the book. He brought it to this realm and he got a Dreamweaver there. So it enacted the Trials of Unbinding.
So yes, but I don't think that's why. I think it was Niantha, like before she was actually locked up in Somnia by the other gods, it was like she was doing something or other to that. Like she was creating these nightmare escapes there and utilizing them to some extent. And I think that's why they all started doing that. And then they were being
Yeah.
hunted once she was locked away. Because remember, nobody knows like the true to like how to actually go about the whole releasing Niantha thing. It's all speculation because even Sloth doesn't know. He's like, I would really like to get my hands on that book because that would tell me exactly what the
Mm-hmm.
gods did, because whatever druid spell he gave them, they actually tweaked it.
Which how
So that
funny. We haven't read about any druids.
I know.
More druids.
And I
Yeah.
was comparing her last book to that series because of how slow it was.
You spoke it into existence.
Well, to wrap up the character chemistry, I like this thought about that they're not flirting, they're both analyzing each other.
Yeah.
Which ends up like obviously your mates. Oh, which that's a whole nother topic we haven't even dove into. But
I didn't ever get to finish what I like what
Oh,
they call
sorry.
each other.
Peaches and Blondie.
No, but like she starts out and like her assessments of him are hilarious. So it's like he's
Yes.
like the spider assassin sociopath and things like that. That's what
Yeah.
he's referring to. And I think just her palette basically is why he
Mhm.
calls her Peaches, and like
Mhm.
that's what he would imagine Lust would think of her. So I love it, and like she can tell he's a sociopath, but he's like, this is good, we need this.
Mhm.
Calls him a sociopath of my caliber. It's like the terms of endearment
Mhm.
change as they go along, and like kind of stabilize as he saves her life a few times. But yeah, Sloth, I think you have some good points on our notes here that Sloth he is more reserved and quiet, like trying to observe her, trying to figure her out if she is trying to deceive him, what she knows about being a Dreamweaver. He's surprised about this Phoenix tier thing, which is apparently the only one in existence,
Mhm.
and that's how she can jump stories. And then Lore seems just like she's on the biggest fucking adventure of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got handsome, dimple, sexy, I don't know if he has dimples, sexy
Yeah.
spider assassin with her as her sidekick.
It also is very intuitive and observant. So they're a
Yes.
great match. Like she calls him very easily. Like barely
Yeah.
knows him. It's like, yeah, I bet there's big parties going on and you're just stuck in a corner reading a book or something. And he's like, how does she know exactly who I am? Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like she'd probably be the same way.
yeah.
To just
Well,
be
I don't
reading
know.
different
She seems like
books.
she's got a wild side.
That's true.
Like she's got the party and the librarian.
Can we talk about, before we switch off the character part, can we talk about the Phoenix for a second?
Yes, I love phoenixes.
So did you guys pick up that, like she's been having trouble with this stone, right? The whole time. And then but she keeps randomly like feeling some kind of sentient
Like a power, like a hum kind of, right?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't until he's like literally about to die, like she is
Mhm.
going to save him, that all of a sudden this Phoenix stone is overzealously like ready to like get them to the next dream or whatever, because it hasn't been wanting to really, it's almost like it's not wanting to influence anything, like it's wanting to stay out of it to some extent. But I feel like because we don't actually know what happened to that Phoenix, just that like there's lore that it was like locked up insomnia at the,
It died and it wasn't able to revive itself. It wasn't able to rise from
no,
its
that was
ashes.
its mate. I'm talking about the other one, the one that actually cried the tear that Niantha caught. But like, what if it's actually part of it is like in that tear, like part of it's makeup or whatever, and it's feeling the mate, like whatever mate bond version
like a
this world has.
I had more of like a feeling that it reminded me of wherever they are, the Robin, the Rin in the Horror Library, that like like you're like, it doesn't react until like when you don't know how to control it. It responds to like intense emotions. And so like a really, that kind of thing.
Yes, but twofold, when he touched the book and he now has this tattoo he has admitted that it's glowing typically when he's having heightened emotions or whatever. So now they both have this part of the Phoenix, like that only they can access or control or whatever. Like I feel like, I feel like that's why the book like really took to him, and then the stone really took to her. Like there's something about the two of them and their fatedness that's tying them together with the Phoenix. That makes sense.
Well, let's talk about their fatedness, because it was like instant. She was like, "Oh, I feel something like deeper." Like they're from like their first interaction,
which would make sense because they've both been marked by the Phoenix.
but it's like, okay, why aren't we getting this is another one. I feel like yes, we're getting more of his perspective, but not like this deeper level, right? Like we're not hearing that, oh, he's feeling anything unusual for her, or like more intense,
No,
or
he's
like
drawn to her, really is
faded.
at it, like,
Yeah, but it's not like we're getting from her, right?
Well-
like where it's like very, to me, I am thinking faded mate, and everything, the words she's using and the observations she's making is like check, 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 and we're not getting that from his perspective.
think about, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll lose my train of thought, but I was going to say, think about their personalities. And I think that the author's doing a good job of writing them, because she romanticizes everything.
Sure, that makes sense.
And he's
yeah.
very factual about everything.
Yes, he's being very analytical, and the things that he is saying are giving that. They're just in his very logical, analytical, compartmentalized way.
I
Like,
guess
Like I got to shut it down kind of thing.
I feel like
anytime he
it's-
brings it up.
it's the
Yes, she's
fleeting
real-
thought and then the stop for him.
But it's still the instant. Like I'm very analytical too, and it's almost like we should be gathering more, because like he should be like, okay, this happened, I felt this, and this is weird, I haven't felt this with somebody before.
So toward the end of 19 or at the beginning of 20, he does actually, when he goes to work out,
Mm-hmm.
He does
Yeah.
actually say that to himself, right? Like, and there is something that I need to unpack
I
about
guess
yesterday.
I just really wanted it that first meet, like that we got from her. I wanted to hear
Yeah.
him say,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is like intriguing," or like something is here.
Yeah.
Because he is analytical and
Yeah.
like something's off, something's new. This is not typical. But I get what y'all are
I
saying
would
as well.
honestly, on any other book with any other character, I would 100% agree with that. I don't know what it is about this particular character. Like,
He can do no wrong.
I just love it how she has written him because it is exactly like I couldn't have written it better. Like, it's almost like we
Mhm.
are of one brain of how I was expecting his personality.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Hannah, here's the line for you. That
Okay.
when he's talking about her, but there's no use in denying her presence was magnetic just to the first mate of this ship. It also drew me in with an inexplicable pull. So he does speak to
Yeah.
that, but it's not as like,
Right.
I'm
Well, and
romanticizing
Well, and
everything.
that was later too,
Yeah,
though, because
it is.
she says
It's before the
something
chocolate cake. Or
yeah,
around the
but
chocolate cake.
she says something at their first interaction, like they touched or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was very
Oh.
like this is something deep. Like there's some type of bond.
when he went through the portal with her,
Yeah. So not
Yep.
that serious.
Something to
Because
watch.
again, men just are slower than others. But I feel the opposite that you guys are saying, where I felt because he's so analytical, we would have caught that immediately. Like he would have said something immediately, like this is weird or off, or he has all this knowledge. Like he would know exactly if they were
Well,
bonded mates, and maybe he'll say that later to us, like I knew from the first day. But
maybe, but I think the one thing that maybe you should have carry a little bit more weight than whatever amount of weight you're attributing to his personality is the fact that he talks about any time in his court, like when he's sleeping with someone, they're enjoying it, they're having a great time. But as soon as one or the other starts to feel emotions start to kind of rise up, they stop
yeah.
immediately and they part like as friends, no hard feelings, none of that. But it's they don't analyze that
Mhm.
part of it. It's they identify it and then they shut it down.
Because it'll interfere with their reading.
Well, and I
Yeah.
guess actually, now that I think about it, in this book series, we haven't bonded mates or anything has not been introduced.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing.
No, there's no like this.
Fate.
Yeah, there's no fate
Yeah.
interplay.
So that
Envy and
probably is
Camilla weren't?
actually no. That
No.
probably is actually what I attributed her
Feelings
like
to.
knowledge. Like, okay, there's an actual physical tie there that he should know because he should know this world and that kind of tie more than
Mm.
anybody. So that is my bad, I guess. I read too much.
Well, I think that, and her parents have been feeding her slowly all this knowledge in the background and like leading her to the right lore type stuff.
Mhm.
And so she knows all these things, but doesn't realize that she knows all these things that
Yeah.
hold significant weight.
Well, apologies for that tangent of mine. Back to characters. Do we trust anyone? What are
No.
we feeling on the trust levels here?
I trust Lore and Sloth. I just
I
feel
mean,
like
those
they're
are the
being
only
genuine.
ones.
Yeah, but
I
there's
would
like nobody
agree.
else going on right now. I don't trust the cannibal goblin. I don't trust Amaya.
Definitely
I
don't
trust them too,
Xander.
but I would say Lore. I feel like not Lore. I'm sorry, Slaw. I feel like he has to have more knowledge and information than he's sharing, right? Especially pertaining to the Dreamweaver of it all.
I'm trying to think of like
No.
what he's laid out for her. Like, has he laid out exactly everything that's happening and why they're in this predicament and like the weight of it all?
I don't think so.
See,
The book,
like, so I don't think he's
remember
been
that.
secretive, but I don't think he's been forthright about it.
Right.
So I
Forthcoming.
think she didn't talk about it in detail, but because there was a lot that went into when they started like training and whatnot, there
Mhm.
wasn't a lot of detail that went into that, but she came out talking about all this extra knowledge that like we don't actually see how she got that knowledge, but it's clearly from him. But as far as the Dreamweaver goes, Hannah, he specifically says that there is almost no info on them.
Oh,
And when
yeah,
they go
yeah,
to the
that's true.
library, remember there's
That's
only
true.
one small
Yeah.
passage. So there's
Yeah.
a lot with all of that
I
they
forgot
don't
about
know.
that.
And he
Yeah.
actually brings up to himself that no one actually knows the outcome and the actual importance of the different trials and whatnot. And what they do supposedly know, for all they know, the gods actually are the ones that started those rumors to throw people off to make it even harder to release her.
No, I totally forgot about that part of it.
I think he has been open with her. Like, there's not anything that he has brought up with himself or the library that I feel like he hasn't shared with her
That we know of.
Yeah.
Good point. Checkmate. Early conflicts?
Sug
Yeah.
swing.
All right.
I don't know what you're
So no.
So you're exceptionally still.
I was reading the notes that I don't agree with them. So I was like, how do I
Oh.
twist this into
Oh, yeah.
some
Oh,
No, I think the biggest conflict right now is like, I feel like they're on a time crunch. Like a super big
Right.
time crunch, and they don't have control over their means to move forward. It's very sporadic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, I don't even understand these trials. They seem like,
No, and it's so like quick, like we're halfway, we've had like 4
yeah,
plus the
4
build up.
stories. Yeah.
So it's all good. There's just not a lot to discuss about them as far as like conflict. It's like not important to the story.
So the only one I really remember of them even specifically calling out what the trial was the murder at the Marquess, whatever. And I can't remember what it was. Was it trust or like loyalty?
The loyalty. So the first one, he's thinking that it's fear, and she's like, that's not what I was feeling. It was something else. But then the second one was desire.
Okay.
And then you had the loyalty. I don't know what the pirate one is.
I don't know if we know that yet.
I don't think we do.
Because they haven't gotten out of it.
That's true. They haven't made it to an island or anything. They're just stuck on this ship in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
Yeah.
he's like teasing her too. Well, that's not really pertinent to this part of the conversation, but
It's always pertinent to any conversation.
For me, like that conflict, obviously the big conflict of Xavier stealing the book and disappearing.
yeah. LOL that the library was like, yeah, I hated that guy.
Yes. Okay.
I told you he
so-
was bad.
Yes.
The library counts as like, I just love when things that should not be talking and be sassy talk and they're sassy. Doesn't matter if it's a library and like it's a magic monster in one of the books I love, the dragons that have like, the internal conversations, telepathy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, sure.
I love it. It's so funny. And she gives Sloth so much shit because he has no manners because he's very to the point. Immediately loved Lore. So like he took Lore in his astral projection library and she was in love. And were you guys surprised that he didn't like react when she's a librarian? Like, ooh, hello, librarian. I like to be a librarian. Like he didn't really respond to it.
He's surrounded by essentially librarians. So
I know, but she's a quirky librarian. She's not an intellect librarian. Yeah?
No, I agree. It's like, hello, wake the F up, man. Like,
is
she
your
was literally
match.
made for you.
Yeah.
Yes, but remember, he also makes the statement like when he shuts her down the second time, like, we cannot do this. Like, in his head, he's like, I know it's going to lead to her getting emotions, and I am not capable of offering that to her. Like, so in his mind, like, that's not a thing. Like, that's not, it's not a reality that
He's in denial.
is offered.
It's fine.
But still,
He's in
again,
denial.
if we're being analytical, hello, dude, this is a bullet point. This is a bullet point.
You
A
are
big
in
one.
you
All
are in
caps.
a romanticy, sir. Like Just figure it out.
I
Everybody has
honestly, at the
their blind
beginning,
spots to themselves.
that first chapter when we're introduced to Lore as the librarian, I'm like, oh, she's going to take Xavier's spot.
Oh,
that's
That's
a good
Well,
not what
I-
happened.
But maybe she will.
well, I do
Well,
think
maybe,
like
but
by
I
the
thought
end
that
of
was
it,
going to be the story.
like her
Oh.
and library are gonna be
For sure. Of
runners
course,
of
she's
that
going to
show.
live there. That's her husband.
Hannah's jumping to conclusions. Another conflict we brushed up, or we touched on it before, but Sloth is typically like, immortal, can't, like, he heals incredibly easy, can't be killed. And he's fine at first. He can feel that his magic's not super strong, but now he's continually getting more weak. He's keeping bruises, injuries,
Mhm.
and just not healing in the time that he should be. And we don't really touch on this either, but they're kind of tied together, right? So he has to make sure she makes it through. I don't remember the logistics of it, but there's something about
I
that,
don't
right?
either.
Like,
Was
he
it
has
that
to
he
make sure
had
she
to or
makes
he
it
chose
through.
to?
I think that he needs to make sure she gets through the trials so that he can make a move when the book is like, there's like a pocket of time where he could interject and like get it and run
Mhm.
away, right? Is that what you were understanding, Ashley? You seem to understand things in this book a little more than
Yeah, I'm a little, I'll
That,
be honest. I'm
but
not retaining a lot.
so he clarifies when he first talks to her about the trials and blah blah blah, and she's asking like, well, what happens if this or this? Like, so if she doesn't win or whatever, like they die. Like they will not make it out of Somnia. And they're all locked down right now. Anyways, you can get in with the portal stone, but nobody can get out. And so until she essentially wins all of these trials with no context, like they're either going to get out or they're going to die. No
But
way
do you
around
remember
it.
that part too, though? Like, the reason he wants her to win is for that, because he
Yeah.
needs it to like be released or whatever. He needs
So
that
yeah,
opportunity.
the whole point of Xavier taking the book is to get the book to Nyantha. And like I don't think she has like a corporeal body currently. Like she's just like stuck,
Voldemort?
like her like
Sorcerer's
that.
Stone Voldemort?
Until somebody passes, some Dreamweaver is able to pass all these trials, and then like
Goblet of
she'll need
Fire
the
Voldemort.
book and whatever. And so the thought is
So
that
then
if she can
who
win the trials, they can be in the
Okay.
same space as the book.
who is chasing them right now? Nyantha.
She's not really
She's not really
chasing them.
chasing them. She's
The
like,
world is kind of like a pressure on them at all times because of the
Because it keeps
nightmares.
saying I can feel the book. Getting like
yes.
I know it's
There-
not here, and then like now I can feel it in this storm.
The
or
book is
whatever.
influencing
Oh, I thought somebody
how the
was with
story
the book.
plays. It's
Yeah, so
manipulating
Xavier
to fit the trial.
Xavier has the book.
Okay,
And
so it's
he
Xavier
can
and the
feel
book.
it. Yes, he has the
Okay.
book and he's in this world too.
I did know that.
Yeah. So I think it's not even like a chasing situation. He might be running away from them or like trying to stay ahead of them, but he is just present, and so Sloth can
And
feel
I
him at
think
times.
this is where she did it really subtly, but I think this is where the multiple dimensions are coming into play, because each time that they're going to a different dreamscape of whatever, so they're still insomnia, but they're in a different time and space within this realm.
Right.
So
And
Nyantha, it has influence.
Yes.
yes, she's
Yeah,
the reason
and
why
she's
it's
messing
nightmares.
with them. Yeah,
Okay,
she's messing with
yes.
them the whole
So
time.
she's chasing. That's what I mean by
So-
chasing them.
She's making it
Like
harder
with
on
the
them,
story,
right?
she's making the stories like
So it's
expedite
nightmares.
or
Well, it's not technically her that is twisting the story. It's literally the book that's twisting the story.
The Book of Nightmares.
Yeah.
I think we'll
Okay.
probably find out more, like
Yeah.
connect dots here, because it's
I guess
confusing.
I'm having a hard time separating the Book of Nightmares and Nyantha. Like,
Yeah.
who's controlling what?
Yeah, that's a good
Because
question.
they're definitely attacking them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are a threat for sure.
But I just want to finish this one
Sorry.
thought. The reason he keeps like feeling and not feeling and whatnot. Like, so when they're moved to a different dimension with insomnia for each dream or whatever, Xavier is also like that version of Xavier is in that realm or in that
Yeah.
dimension, which we
I
don't
am
realize
aware, yeah.
until the Marquess one, where
Some rando.
yeah, the guy was like, "Yeah, I can't believe you stole his book," and da da da, and you offered to have the guy go chase him down or whatever and get the book
Which
back.
was interesting that it's like within her books, but they have real time information.
It seems like it's like a mix, right? The influence, like they can influence the story as characters in the original story.
Yeah, I should have probably prefaced this by obviously I have a lot going on and the retainage of details is very low compared to my normal.
This has gone very well for none of us.
Good.
Like really, we didn't take notes. I think it's gone more smoothly than I know. We have one more section to go over, but like
No, I
the
agree.
first episode of Throne of Secrets, I think we tried too much structure and it was going to blow up. But this has been great conversation.
Me and my knowledge.
It's not standing out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Predictions?
anything before predictions are last up. Anything to say before we get to that?
I mean,
Let
other
me rack my brain.
not before we get to that.
I don't like the idea of it, but I have a feeling. Hannah, did you say the possessed thing that Nyantha is going to like fully possess Lore?
No, it's Ashley.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember which one of you, because you said something weird. You didn't say like normal possessed, right? Or you did, and Hannah was like, "Why'd you say possessed?" There was a reaction there.
I
That's where
definitely
it
was
is.
like, where did that come from? 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't get
It
that.
seemed out of the blue. You can definitely see that happening and it putting Sloth's life at stake. Like seriously putting his life at stake. I don't think it's going to go smoothly. Like if they do catch up to the book and she does win the trial, I don't think it's going to go smoothly getting it from Xavier and like taking down the god, especially if he doesn't have all of his powers and he is weakened. On top of that, like physically weakened. So, but I do think they're going to have some steaminess. That's gotta culminate at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's
So I
weird
keep
to
thinking
think
about
we're
that.
halfway through.
Yeah.
But at what point would you trust your environment at that point? Like the crazy always pops out at the like most unexpected time. So like they're on the ship right now. Like what if they were to do it in this weird unicorn thing that sea creature like just, impales the
Well,
ship?
you
Well,
know,
and
Ashley,
just they've got so much going on. Like she's getting weird memories or whatever.
Yeah.
He's having dreams of her being possessed. So it's like, how do you guys
Guys.
trust what's happening in this
Yeah.
world?
guys, the characters in the stories we read, they have had relations in much more stressful situations.
That is true.
And it's kind of like, should you be doing this right now? Like, there's some shit going down.
Right.
You should
What
probably
was-
like get back to it.
What was that book? Oh, the Games Gods Play. When the literal world is burning down and
Yeah.
they're upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's Hades. He lives by his own rules.
He can do
Which
his own.
brought that up, not intentionally, but flows right into trials. Did this not kick y'all? I'm like, all of our books are getting a little bit of reference in here.
Yeah, I don't feel the trials as much. I just feel
No, I
like
don't
it's
either.
stressful, right? It's not like, because it mostly in books where trials are like one of the plot features or whatever, it's laid out rules like you have to achieve this by this and otherwise you die or you earn this or whatever. It's not. It's just like, hey, figure it out. Like you're being tested.
Well, I
So
think
don't
it's
lie.
because the purpose of the trial is to test not just the person's like true character or whatever, but that one excerpt from the library when she went, when it says like when you can no longer hide like behind all of these things, like will you become evil when given a life or death situation? Like will you choose evil to survive versus, or will you remain good? And it's about like stripping them down through all of the variations where there's literally nothing left to hide behind, and then that that final choice. Like, so there's not really a way to structure it because it's so dependent on the individual.
It reminds me of it does remind me of the trials in Throne of the Fallen when they have to walk through, I don't know, the circle abyss, and she gets tested by the sins. Camilla does.
Mhm.
Like it reminds me of that kind of trial. Like you don't really know what you're gonna get, but you know, like it's gonna be related to an emotion or like,
Yeah.
Do y'all think the rest of the book will be trials or that we're coming up to the end?
like we have a few more. There's no way
Well,
that
we're on
yeah.
number 4 and there's only 5.
I don't remember the number being set. I know I just read something about the trials, but I couldn't.
I was
I
hoping
also
we
listened
would.
to a lot of this while I was driving.
Yeah, I was hoping we would maybe another quarter of the book and then have a quarter to dig into Nyantha
Um,
and going
I
back
would
to House Sloth.
Yeah,
personally,
5 rounds or chapters.
yeah, I would personally like to have these trials wrapped up in the next like 60 pages because I feel like in order for us to get a well-rounded, like full immersion into them and their
Mhm.
story, we're not going to get that from just
No.
this part. There has to be a period of time where they're back in his circle and things are going on, like,
That's what I'm
and it doesn't have
hoping.
to be all roses, right? Like they can get back and now he's been gone so long and his circle is flailing and blah blah blah. Like there can still be all of that, but like some kind of interaction within his circle. It would be such a disservice if we went through this entire book and didn't get to learn like
Mhm.
literally anything about his circle.
Well, he's got to take her back and marry her and make her queen librarian. So
I mean, you could do that in a
But
chapter.
we only have half of a book. No, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a thing because she's obsessed with her family and they don't even live in the same plane.
yeah, I think he can give her his mark.
Oh, that is the bond thing.
That is.
But that's chosen,
And they can do
so not
blood
really.
blonde. If you guys are looking for where it explains the trials and the unbinding and all things, all the stuff we were kind of trying to figure out, it's page 78, 79, 80 in the
Okay.
actual book, in the
I'll
hardcover.
go back and
Chapter
reread
8.
that.
Because I didn't remember like all those details, but it is very much like this. I guess it could be any of the old gods that are like having the unbinding. It's 5 chapters or rounds. They're tailored to the individual dreamweaver based on the tales they spin, but there are strong indications each round will in part be designed to test the dreamweaver's strength and spirit in a way befitting the god they champion for. So essentially, they're all going to turn nightmare-ish, regardless of what the story was, is what it makes it seem like. And each test will attempt to strip the participant down to their baser fears, not only to test them physically and emotionally, but also to test the very fabric of their soul. And then it's an argument whether the Dreamweaver is in total control of the story or if Somnia itself plays a larger role in determining which scenes come to life, since the land toys with dreams and nightmares.
Yeah, so what I said earlier.
Yeah.
All right, any other predictions?
Thanks, so.
But I think we all agree it's gonna get messy.
For sure.
Yeah. I just really
Where-
want to see an interaction between his brothers when he gets back. Like, and
Yeah.
they're together and they're going to be like, the fuck?
Oh,
Those
I like
are
lust.
one of my favorites.
We have to get
Yeah.
a lust reaction because he's
Mhm.
brought up
By the
lust.
way, I think she left a breadcrumb in the very beginning, where it's like before the
In the
prologue.
prologue?
So
Or the
the way
prologue.
she writes out in the very first full paragraph, like she writes out the order of the brothers. I think that's how she's writing the book.
Nice.
FYI.
I mean, wrath, envy, gluttony, sloth. So lust.
All
Greed
right.
and pride, and we were thinking pride was gonna be last. It would only make sense.
Mhm.
Like
It would only
kinda
make sense
sum it all
because
up.
that's another thing. We still need our nugget of pride.
Yeah.
We need to know what's happening with the wife.
Keep us apprised to the
Yeah.
story.
Well, and with the mother-in-law being the one that cursed them and all of that, anyways, like that's the perfect way to bring it all home
Mhm.
and wrap it
Yeah.
up and
Oh
give
yeah,
you the full
no, for
scope.
sure. I mean, we've been given a little nugget of pride in each book, so we still need that in
Little
this
pride
book.
nuggets.
Our
Pilgrim's
pride
pride.
nugget
Pilgrim's pride
on
chicken nuggets.
what's happening as we continue through all the other princes.
No, I think we have plenty of time in the second half of this book to like end that trial and like get all the things we want. So I hope
Yeah.
Carrie gives us Please, Carrie.
Me too. So far, loving it.
Yeah.
A lot.
I have nothing negative to say on
too.
this
I
one.
wish there wasn't so much else in my life going on so I could really dive
Just read
even
it.
deeper, but it is what it is.
The second and third time you read it, you're gonna love it. You're like, holy crap.
I did restart the Audible this morning to
There you
try
go.
and re-catch up, but anyhow.
Wonderful.
All right, with
Can't wait for
that,
his part
we
two.
will leave our listeners. Stay tuned for part 2. We
The
are calling that
chaos.
the chaos episode.
Start
I am
thunder.
sure
Yeah.
it will be chaotic. I can only imagine what we're about to read. And like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us, read the book, join the book club, do something. Please.
Something.
We love you guys. Even though we don't know who you are, we would love to.
Love you, sisters.
Love you, sister.